First question. Application of percentage. Please see the first question. The population of a town is 2 lakhs. The population of a town is 2 lakhs. If the population increases by a steady rate of 2%, what should be the population after 4 years? See here, they are asking you the final value of the population after 4 years. Final value is what they are asking. Final value is initial value into 1 plus. Every year there is an increase of 2%, and it is happening for how many years? 4 years. It is happening for 4 years. Initial value is given as 2 lakhs. Initial value is given as 2 lakhs. See here. This is nothing but, if you want to calculate normally, 100% plus 2% is 102%. 102 by 100. You need to multiply 102 4 times. It will take lot of time. Use the concept what we have discussed just now. 2% is 4 times. 2% 4 times. This is approximately equal to 4% 2 times. 4% 2 times is 4 plus 4 plus 4 into 4 by 100%. It is 8.16%. 8.16 by 100. 8.16 by 100 is 0.0816. That means I can also write this as final value is 2 into 1 plus 0.0816 to the power of 1. That is the advantage of using this approach. You are reducing the power 4 to a power 1, right? This becomes approximately equal to 2 into 1.0816. It is approximately equal to 2.16 lakhs. Final value is 2.16 lakhs. Clear with the approach? Instead of 4 years, if it is 8 years, 10 years, 12 years, it becomes very, very tedious to calculate. Multiply that. Second one, see here. The value of a machine depreciates at the rate of 10% per annum. It is reducing now, right? If its present value is 81,000 rupees, what will be its worth after 2 years? What will be the price after 2 years? They are asking the final value after 2 years. Final value is, initial value is given as 81,000 into 1 minus, every year there is a decrease of 10%, and it is happening for how many years? 2 years. Because the power is 2, you need not apply that logic. Even if you apply that logic also, you will approximately get the same thing. This is 100% minus 10%, 90%. 90% is 90 by 100. It is whole square. 90 by 100 whole square. So if you simplify this, zeros will get cancelled. So it becomes 81 into 9 into 9 is also 81. One more 0 is pending. 81 square is 6561. 6561 into 10 is 65610. When the power is 2, you need not apply all this logic because you know how to find the square of a number in a better way, right? If the power is increasing, try to apply this logic. It all depends upon the number of years given in the question. See, a student has to secure 50% marks to pass. He gets 163 marks and fails by 37 marks. Find the maximum marks. See here. The best way to solve application of percentage based question is, because the question is given in terms of percentage, assume it as 100. What is the question? Find the maximum marks is the question. I will assume the maximum marks as 100. I will assume the maximum marks as 100. This is my assumption. This number is according to me. I am assuming the maximum marks as 100. A student has to secure 50% mark to pass. That means 50% is nothing but 50 by 100. 50 by 100, that means if the total marks is 100, he needs to get 50 marks to pass. Passing marks according to our assumption is 50, right? Passing marks according to our assumption is 50. But what is given in the second statement? He gets 163 marks and fails by 37 marks. I got 163 marks and I failed by 37 marks. That means if I had got the 37 marks, I would have passed. That means what is the passing marks according to the question? 163 plus 37. Passing marks according to the question is 200. According to the question, passing marks is 200. Find the maximum marks in the question. According to me, maximum marks is 100. According to the question, how much they are asking? 50 is becoming 200. Multiply by 4. 100 also multiply by 4. Maximum mark is 400. Understanding? Please do not use any x and y and try to solve these questions. It becomes lengthy. You will form some equations, you will solve some equations, and you will make yourself complicated. Instead of doing such complications, assume it as 100 because it is percentage. Percentage is nothing but 1 by 100. Approach clear, right? Okay, next. Fourth question. Please see here. Question 4. Let us solve question number 4 in multiple approaches. Whichever the approach you feel it as easy, please pick it up. Please see the fourth question. A candidate who gets 20% marks fails by 10 marks, but another candidate who gets 42% marks gets 12 marks more than the passing marks. 12 marks more than the passing marks. Find the maximum marks. Find the maximum marks. If I use method 1, I will assume the maximum marks as x, all the students solve. Let us use this approach first. Let us see how this approach is better or the other approach is better. I will assume the maximum marks as x. A candidate who gets 20% marks fails by 10 marks. He got 20% of this x and he failed by 10 marks. He failed by 10 marks. But another candidate who gets 42% marks, who gets 42% of x, gets 12 marks more than the passing marks. He gets 12 marks more than the passing marks. Find the maximum marks is the question. Why am I equating? For both the persons, passing marks is the same, right? Passing marks is the same. If I simplify this, if I bring this side and bring it this side, it becomes 22% of x is equal to 22%. See here, first of all, this is plus and this is minus. Why? Because the question is talking about he is failing by 10 marks. That means he should get 10 marks to pass, right? This should be plus. He gets 12 marks more than the passing marks, right? That means if I subtract that 12, we will have that passing marks. These two are equated because they are passing marks. For both the persons, passing marks are same. So if I equate it, it becomes 22% of x is equal to 22. If I simplify this, x will become 100%. X is nothing but 100%, right? That means if you see here, maximum marks is nothing but 100. Maximum marks is 100. This is my method 1. If I see here, if I solve it by some other approach, listen to this carefully. You need not use your pen also. Please see the question. Find the maximum marks is the question. Because the question is given in terms of percentage, I will assume the maximum marks as 100. This is my assumption. Please read the first statement. A candidate who gets 20% marks fails by 10 marks. That means if my maximum mark is 100, what is 20% of 100? 20. That means suppose I got 20 marks. I failed by 10 marks. What should be the passing marks? 30. The passing marks should be 30. First statement passing marks is 30. Suppose the second statement is also giving passing marks as 30, then our assumption of 100 is correct. Otherwise it is incorrect, right? Let us check the second statement. But another candidate who gets 42% marks get 12 marks more than the passing marks. Assume that you got 42%. What is 42% of 100? 42 marks. You got 42 marks. Is it 12 more than 30? Is 42 12 more than 30? Yes, 42 is 12 more than 30. That means second statement is also validating that passing marks is same 30. Right? That means our assumption of 100 is correct. Understanding, right? That means you can solve by using a variable approach. You can also solve by using assumptions. That means that is nothing but 100. We will also solve by one more method. First write down this method. We will also use one more method. Why one more method? Always our assumptions need not match. Always the first and second statement need not match. What if it does not match? That is the reason we will also solve by one more approach.
So why you have to take in plus here and minus here?
See here, see. I am failing by 10 marks. Suppose assume that I got 20 marks. I failed by 10 marks means I should add that 10 more marks to become 30, right? Then only I will pass, right? That is why plus 10. Suppose you are that person who got 42 marks. You are getting 12 marks more than the passing marks. That means I should subtract the 12 marks from 42 so that I will get what is the passing marks. Therefore it is minus. Initially it was a mistake, sir. Clear with this, right? See here. Method 3. Before I go to method 3, this we have discussed in time, speed and distance also. For the students who did not attend time, speed and distance, just 1 minute example. See here. Suppose the office starts at 9 o'clock. Office starts at 9 o'clock. First day I am early by 30 minutes. That means I will reach the office at 8:30. Second day I am late by 10 minutes. That means I will reach the office at 9:10. I will reach the office at 9:10. First day early by 30 minutes, second day late by 10 minutes. What is the difference in first day and second day timings? 8:30 and 9:10. What is the difference? 40 minutes. The difference is 40 minutes. Let us use the same analogy for this question. See here, method 3. Method 3. What is method 3? Please read the question. A candidate who get 20% marks fails by 10 marks, but another candidate who get 42% marks get 12% more than the passing marks. Find the maximum marks. Same logic. I will assume the maximum marks as 100. Let me assume the maximum marks as 100. If I assume the maximum marks as 100, candidate who get 20% of the mark, one person is getting 20 marks, 20% of 100 is 20 marks. Another person is getting 42% marks, 42% of 100 is 42 marks. This person is getting 20, second person is getting 42. What is the difference between their marks? Difference between their marks is 22 marks. These are all according to me. Because I assumed it as 100, 20% of 100 is 20. That is also according to my value. This is also according to my value. This 22 difference between the two students is also according to my value, right? But what they are telling, the person who is getting 20% of the mark, he is failing by 10 marks. He is failing by 10 marks. That means if this is the passing mark, he is failing by 10 mark. Failing by 10 mark is something like 10 minutes early. It is something like 10 minutes early. And another person, he is getting 12 marks more than the passing mark. This person is getting 12 marks more than the passing mark. He is 12 minutes late. 10 minutes early. Suppose if it is 9 o'clock. 10 minutes early means 8:50. 12 minutes late means 9:12. 8:50 and 9:12. What is the time gap? 22 minutes. That is nothing but the difference between both of them. According to the question is also 22. Right? According to the question is also 22. According to me the difference is 22. According to the question also difference is 22. 22 should become 22. Multiply by 1. This also multiply by 1. What is 100 into 1? 100. That is what I got here also. Method 1, method 2 also. Understanding the approach? Clear? I will also discuss one more question for you, sir. Everyone others clear? Clear, right? This is what we discussed from morning also, right? Find out everything according to me. Convert the final statement according to the question. What am I doing? According to me, I am scoring 20. According to me, you are scoring 42. Till this point clear? The difference between both of us marks is 22 marks. This is according to me. This is according to me. Let us find what is the difference according to the question, right? Assume that this is the passing mark. First person is failing by 10 marks. This is 10 marks. That means 10 minutes early. Something like 10 minutes early. This is the passing mark. 10 minutes early. It is 8:50. Second person scored 12 marks more than the passing mark. 12 marks more than the passing mark. That means he is 12 minutes late. 12 minutes late. 10 minutes early, 12 minutes late. 8:50, 9:12. What is the difference between the time? 22 minutes. According to the question also it is 22 minutes. According to me it is 22. According to the question also it is 22. 22 should become 22. Multiply by 1. 100 also multiply by 1. 100 into 1 is 100. This is what we discussed, right? Everywhere. Time, speed and distance, every concept. Clear with the approach? Clear, right? We will also solve one more question. It need not be 100 always. The answers might vary in the different number. First method is the method by using variable. Second method is the method without using pen. Third method is the method without using any variable. I am giving you multiple ways, sir. You pick which way is better for you. I am not telling you this method itself. It all depends upon person to person. Clear? Next. Fifth question. Please see here. Fifth question is also similar to this question.
Multiplying 1, sir.
Because 22 should become 22. What is the multiplying factor, sir? You are only telling the answer, you are only asking the question. Right? Fifth question. Please here. Same approach. Fifth one. A student scores 25% marks and fails by 38 marks, while another student scores 40% marks and gets 7 marks more than the passing marks. Find the maximum marks. See here. If I use method 1 variable based approach, I am assuming the maximum marks as x. If I assume the maximum marks as x, student scored 25% of marks, 25% of x and fails by 38 marks. That means he should add up the 38 to pass, right? That means if I add this 38, this will be the passing mark. Similarly, for the second candidate, he scored 40% of the marks. He scored 40% of the marks and he gets 7 marks more than the passing marks. He got already 7 marks more. I should subtract that 7 so that I will get the passing marks. Both of them are passing marks. Equate both of them. If I equate it, if I shift it, this if I shift it here, this if I shift it here, this is 15% of x is equal to 45. X is nothing but 45 divided by 15. Answer is 300. Maximum marks is 300. This is method 1. Method 1. Everyone clear? Method 1. Now see here. Method 2. Method 2. See here. If I use this approach, I will assume the maximum marks as 100 because the question is given in terms of percentages. I will assume the maximum marks as 100. What is the first statement? A student scored 25 marks. First person is scoring 25%. 25% of 100 is 25 marks. I am scoring 25. Another student is scoring 40%. You are scoring 40. Difference in marks according to me is 15. Difference in marks according to me is 15. Understanding? Right. See here. According to the question, what is the difference? Let us find it. Suppose if this is the passing mark. First person fails by 38 marks. It is 38. Second person gets 7 marks more. This is 7. It is something like 38 minutes early and 7 minutes late. Similar to time, speed and distance. 38 minutes early and 7 minutes late. What is the difference? 38 and 7. 45. 45 is the difference. According to the question, the difference is 45. 15 should become 45. Multiply by 3. 100 also multiply by 3. 100 into 3 is 300. Answer is 300. Understanding the approach? Clear, right? It is similar to this one, sir. If you don't understand, please write it. 38 minutes early. Suppose if the office is at 9 o'clock. I am early by 38 minutes. If I am early by 38 minutes, I will reach at 8:22. I am late by 7 minutes. I will reach at 9:07. 8:22 and 9:07. What is the gap? Gap is 45 minutes. Understanding the approach? This is by using variables which every textbook will give you. This is without using variables. Whichever the method you want, you practice it. Once you practice 4 or 5 questions of this sort, it becomes a very, very easy question. 10% of inhabitants of a village having died of cholera, a panic is set in, during which 20% of the remaining inhabitants left the village. The total population is then reduced to 1040. Find the original inhabitants. See here. Because it is given in terms of percentage, I will assume the original inhabitants as 100. This is my assumption. Now read the first statement. 10% of inhabitants of a village having died of cholera. That means 10% of 100, they died. 10% of 100 is 10. 10 people died. Out of 100, if 10 of them died, the remaining people are 90. Right? Remaining people are 90. Because cholera came, a panic was set in that village, during which 20% of the remaining inhabitants left the village. Remaining is 90. What is 20% of 90? 10% of 90 is 9. 20% is 9 into 2, 18. 18 people left the village. How many people left the village? 18 people left the village. Now how many are remaining? 72. Now the population is reduced to 72. According to me, the population is reduced to 72. But according to the question, the population is then reduced to 1440. What is asked in the question? Find the original inhabitants. According to me, original inhabitants is 100. According to the question, how much they are asking? 72 is becoming 1440. Multiply by 20. 100 also multiply by 20. Original inhabitants is 2000. Getting the idea? Please don't use any variables and make yourself complex. It is a very simple approach. Always take it as 100. You will get the answer very easily. Nothing to worry about it. In an election contested between two parties, Party D secured 12% of the total votes more than Party R. If Party R got 1,32,000 votes and there are no invalid votes, by how many votes did it lose the election? See here. First of all, there are two parties, Party D and Party R. Right? Party D and Party R. First of all, what I will do is, I will assume the total votes as 100. Total votes as 100 because it is given in terms of percentages. Right? It is given in terms of percentages. There are two parties, Party D and Party R. What they are telling, in an election contested between two parties, party D secured 12% of the total votes more than party R. What is 12% of 100? 12. That means they are telling party D is having 12 votes more than party R. The difference between party D and party R is 12. That is what they are telling. And party D is having more, right? That is what they are telling. Second statement says, first of all, let us analyze this here. Difference between both of them should be 12. Difference between both of them should be 12. If I add the total votes individually, then the total should be 100, right? Sum of two numbers should be 100. Difference of the same two numbers should be 12. What are those two numbers? If you want to calculate simultaneous equation, a plus b is 100, a minus b is 12. You will get the values as 56 and 44. This is the only value which will satisfy. Right? This is the only value which will satisfy. Now if you observe here, next statement, party R got 1,32,000 votes. According to me, party R is getting how many votes? 44 votes. But according to the question, R is getting 1,32,000 votes. 1,32,000 votes. What is the question? And there are no invalid votes. How many elections? By how many elections? Sorry, by how many votes did it lose the election? By how many votes did it lose the election? By 12 votes. According to me, it lost the election by 12 votes. According to the question, how much? 44 should become 1,32,000. It is multiply by 3000. Multiply by 3000. 12 also multiply by 3000. Your answer is 36,000. Clear with the approach? Total votes of these two people should be 100. Sum of two should be 100. Difference should be 12 because it is given in the question. That means it should be 56 and 44 only. According to me, it is 44. According to this, it is 1,32,000. Multiplying factor is 3000. Approach clear, right? See here, 8th one. A vendor sells 60% of apples he had and throws away 15% of the remainder. Next day he sells 50% of the remainder and throws away the rest. What percent of his apples does the vendor throw? Right? Let us read question by question, statement by statement. See here. First of all, I'll assume that total apples he had is 100 because it is given in percentages. Total apple he had is 100, right? A vendor sells 60% of apples he had. Out of 100, he sold 60. Out of 100, he sold 60. How much is remaining right now? Remaining is 40, right? Remaining is 40. What is the next statement? And throws away 15% of remaining. 15% of 40. 10% of 40 is 4. 5% of 40 is 2. Totally 6 is thrown it, right? He throws away 6. He throws away 6 apples. That means now remaining apples are 34 apples. Now remaining apples are 34 apples. Next statement. Next day he sells 50% of the remainder. 50% of 34. Again he sold 17 apples and throws away the remainder and throws away the rest. Again he throws another 17 pending, right? Another 17 pending. What is the question? What percent of the apples that the vendor throw? Out of total 100 apples he had, how many apples he threw? Here he threw 6 apples. Here he threw 17 apples. Totally 23 apples he threw. 23 by 100 is 23%. Totally 23% of the apples he threw. Or he threw away. Right? Clear, right? It becomes very, very easy if you solve by using hundreds. Don't read the complete question. It makes you confused. First write 100. Read a statement. Write down what you can write. Next statement. Write down what you can write. Like that, if you do it, it becomes a very easy question. Clear? Ninth one. See here. Ninth one is a very good question. It's a very confusing question. Just listen to me carefully. See here. Suppose 30% of the men are more than 25 years old and 80% of the men are less than or equal to 50 years old. 20% of all men play football. If 20% of the men above the age of 50 play football, what percent of the football players are less than or equal to 50 years? Too many confusions are there. Let us read statement by statement. First of all, they are talking about men, right? I will assume that total men are 100. Totally there are 100 men. That is what I will assume. Total men are 100. See here. If you read the first statement, 30% of the men are more than 25 years old and 80% of the men are less than or equal to 50 years old. That means out of 100, 80 men are these people are less than or equal to 50 years old. Less than or equal to 50 years old. That means out of 100, if 80 people are less than or equal to 50, remaining 20 people are more than 50 years old. Right? Remaining 20 people are greater than 50 years. Clear till this point? Clear till here? Now, next read the second statement. 20% of all men play football. All men is nothing but 100 men. 20% of 100 men play football. That means what is 20% of 100? 20. 20 men will play football. Clear with this? 20 men will play football. These 20 people will play football. Next statement. If you read the next statement, if 20% of the men above the age of 50 play football, above the age of 50 play football, what percentage of the football players are less than or equal to 50 years? See here. 20 men will play football, right? If you observe here, 20% of the men above the age of 50 play football. Above the age of 50, how many men are there? 20 men are there. In these 20 men, only 20% of them will play football. That is what they are telling, right? That means what is 20% of 20? 10% of 20 is 2. 20% is 4. That means 4 men will play. 4 men will play football. And they are also above the age of 50, and they are also above the age of 50, right? That means remaining 16 men are playing football, because totally 20 men will play football. Totally 20 men will play football. Remaining 16 men will play football, and they are actually less than or equal to 50. They are less than or equal to 50. Understanding, right? What is the question? Your question says, what percentage of the football players, how many football players are there? 20. Totally out of 20, what percentage of the football players are less than or equal to 50 years? Less than or equal to 50 years football players, how many are there? 16. Your answer is 16 by 20. 16 by 20 is 4 by 5. 1 by 5 is 20%. 4 by 5 is 80%. Answer is 80%. Clear, right? Anyone has any doubt? Should I repeat? Because it is a little bit confusing question. Clear, right? First I assume it as 100. Read statement by statement, you can easily solve it. Okay? Please see here. Question number 10. Before I move on to the 10th question, first listen to me. If you understand what I tell, question number 10 looks little easy. See here. Suppose you have a shop. You have a shop which is having this kind of marker. I wanted to purchase marker. I came to your shop. I asked you, please give me this kind of marker. You showed me this marker. I asked you, what is the price of one marker? You told me that the price of one marker is 20 rupees. The price of one marker is 20 rupees. I saw my pocket. I have only 100 rupees with me. I have only 100 rupees. I took out that 100 rupees. I kept it on the table. I asked you, please give me the marker. How many markers will you give? 5 markers, because one pen is costing 20 rupees. For 100 rupees you will give 5 markers, right? But that is the first scenario, sir. That is the first scenario. Second scenario is, you are my friend. You told me that this marker is 20 rupees. Because you are my friend, I will not pay you 20 rupees for one marker. I will ask you some discount, right? Because you are also my friend, you will definitely give some concession. You will definitely give some discount. That means you are reducing the price per marker. Assume that you reduced some amount. Let us not discuss what is that amount, all those things. You decreased the value of one marker price. Because you decreased the price of one marker, can I buy more number of pen at this point of time if I pay you 100 rupees only? Right? What am I doing here? I was purchasing 5 markers because one pen was costing 20 rupees. Now you are reducing the 20 rupees price and you are giving us some price, 15 rupees or 10 rupees, whatever rupees. Because the price is reduced, can I purchase more number of pens? Can I purchase more number of pens now? I can purchase more number of pens. That is nothing but, if price decreases, the consumption increases because they are inversely proportional to each other. But am I paying you more amount? No. Still I am paying you the same 100 rupees. I told you initially itself that I will pay you 100 rupees. Please reduce the price per marker. That is what I am telling you. That means in both the scenarios I am not changing the value. I am giving you the same 100 rupees. That is nothing but my expenditure, which is a constant quantity. Because you are reducing the price, the consumption increases. The number of pens which I am purchasing in the second case increases. Clear with the example? Now read your question. If you observe the question right now, A reduction of 10% in the price of sugar enables a man to buy 25 kgs more for 225 rupees. Find the original price of sugar per kg. See here. I will discuss this in two methods. First, listen to method 1. Method 1 is by using variables. Suppose price into consumption is equal to expenditure. Price into consumption is equal to expenditure. I came to your shop. I asked you what is the price of one pen. You told me X rupees. Because it is X rupees, I can purchase Y pens. I can purchase Y pens. But I am keeping only 100 rupees for you. I am giving you only 100 rupees. In this question, it is 225 rupees. Clear with the first equation? In this question, it is 225 rupees. But what happened? You reduced the price of sugar. A reduction of 10% in the price of sugar. Earlier it was 1. Now there is a reduction of 10%. Earlier it was 1. Reduction of 10%. 10% is 1 by 10. It becomes 9 by 10. If it is 1, it becomes 9 by 10. If it is X, it becomes 9 by 10 of X. It becomes 9 by 10 of X. Because the price is reduced, a man is able to buy 25 kgs more. I am able to buy 25 kgs more. Earlier I was purchasing Y kgs. Now I will purchase 25 kgs more. Y plus 25. But I am still giving you the same money of 225 rupees because I have only that much amount with me. Right? Understanding, right? Two equations. Right hand side of both the equations are same. Equate the left hand side. If I equate it, x into y is equal to 9x by 10 into y plus 25, y plus 25, x cancels. If I cross multiply and simplify, 10y is equal to 9y plus 9 into 25 is 225. This becomes y is equal to 225. What is y? Y is nothing but consumption. That means I am purchasing 225 pens. I came to your shop initially. I thought in my mind that I should purchase 225 pens. I had 225 pens. I had 225 rupees. What is 1 pen? 1 rupee. If you want, you substitute and check it out. If I substitute in equation 1, x into 225 is equal to 225. X becomes 1. Answer is 1 rupee per kg. Clear with the approach? First method clear? Clear everyone? Now see your method 2. Please see here. First method is by using variables. Method 2. No variables, nothing. Listen to this carefully. Price into consumption is equal to expenditure. Price into consumption is equal to expenditure. Initially you told me some price. Finally you gave me at some other price. Initially I was supposed to purchase some pens. Finally I purchased some other pens. Finally I purchased some more pens. Right? See here. A reduction of 10% in the price of sugar. There is a reduction of 10%. Price decreases by 10%. Price decreases by 1 by 10. What is the meaning of price decreases by 1 by 10? Your denominator is always your initial value. Initial price is 10 rupees. Right? Initial price is 10 rupees. Final price is, there is a decrease of 1 rupee from 10 rupees. What should be the final price? 9 rupees. Final price is 9 rupees. Clear till this point? Price and consumption are inversely proportional to each other. This 10 and 9 will become reversed. It becomes 9 and 10. It becomes 9 and 10. That means, what is this? Initially I came to your shop. I was supposed to purchase 9 pens. Because you reduced the price, I purchased 10 pens finally. Right? That means, initially I planned to come to your shop to purchase only 9 kgs of sugar. But finally I purchased how many kgs? 10 kgs. How many kgs more I purchased? 1 kg more. Why am I talking about more parameter? Please read the question. It enables a man to buy 25 kgs more. They are also talking about how much more. We also will talk about how much more. Understanding, right? I am able to purchase 1 kg more. But according to the question, it is not 1 kg more. It is 25 kgs more. 1 should become 25. Multiply by 25. 9 also multiply by 25. 9 into 25 is 225. That means, initially I came to your shop. I thought of purchasing 225 kgs. I had 225 rupees in my pocket. 225 kg, 225 rupees. What is 1 kg? 1 rupee. That is what I got here. Understanding the approach? This is by using a method of x and y. This is without using any variables. This is by using a concept of percentages. Clear with the approach? Please write it. Please read the question carefully. What they are speaking, you also speak in the same parameter. That's all. Method 1, method 2. Any doubt, any point need to be explained, please tell me. I think everything should be clear, right? Clear, sir? This one, huh?
1 kg more.
You did not understand this 1 kg
No,
more?
no, I understood. I'm telling that will be final price, no?
Not final price.
9 kg. Instead of 9 kg, it should be 9 rupees.
This one, huh? This is.
I see. Down.
Initial consumption, right? Consumption is nothing but purchasing, right? Quantity. Quantity will it be in terms of rupees? It will be in terms of kg. Clear? Now see here. What is this 10th question? 10th question I am reducing the price. 11th question I am increasing the price. Right? Same approach. You need not use any variables or formulas to solve this question. Please see here. Same way of solving. Listen to this. 11th question. Due to the price hike of 25%, that means, see here, price increases by 25%. 25% is 1 by 4. That means, price into consumption is expenditure. Price into consumption is expenditure. Initial price, final price. Initial consumption, final consumption. That means, what is the initial price? Initially it was 4 rupees. Initial price is 4. There is an increase of 1 rupee from 4 rupees. Final price is 5 rupees. Price and consumption are inversely proportional to each other. This will become reverse. It becomes 5 and 4. Right? Because I increased the price, I am able to purchase less number of pens this time. Right? Due to the price hike of 25%, 5 kg less sugar is available for 100 rupees. According to the question, I thought of purchasing 5 kg initially, but I purchased 4 kg. How many kg less I purchased? 1 kg less. According to the question, it is 1 kg less. According to the question, initially I thought of purchasing 5 kg. Initial consumption is 5 kg. But according to me, this is according to me. But according to the question, it is not 1 kg less. It is 5 kg less. It is 5 kg less. 1 should become 5. Multiply by 5. 5 also multiply by 5. That means, initially I came to your shop. I thought of purchasing 25 pens.